So before joining the program, I had just started a full-time job and had come out of a business doing massage therapy going into health coaching. So I was in a place where I wanted to figure out how to make health coaching work while I had a job. And then if I was going to go beyond that and not have a job in the future, what that would look like and how to make that happen. So I was in a curious state of mind, but also feeling a little like unsure. So
Mm-hmm.
my favorite part is kind of the constant accountability and support that the program offers. So you have your one-on-one call one week where you get motivated and you set your goals, and then that goes through the weekend, and then Monday your accountability emails due, so you have to kind of think about what you've done and what you're going to talk about in that email, but then also what you're going to discuss during the Sisterhood Circle phone call or Google Hangout. So there's just this constant presence of accountability in the program that makes you not forget about what you're doing. You can get distracted with life and everything, but it kind of constantly comes back to, okay, what am I here for? And in the Facebook group, being able to ask for support if you need it, or share a win when you met your goal or when you achieve something, when you put something out there, that was really supportive and helpful too. I was surprised that I followed through on things, which I have a tendency to sign up for things and not follow through. And that's something I really wanted to work on in doing this. And I think that the fact that I did it surprised me. So what I really like about your coaching style in the one-on-ones is you are able to listen to what I'm talking about, listen to where I'm struggling, where I need support, and the kind of cookie crumbs that I leave about how I could possibly use my own skills to fix that or achieve that. So like I talk to you and we have this conversation, but then kind of at the end of it, you're able to tell the story of what's going on with me and kind of reference point A, point B, point C. You're good at point D and E, and this is how you can make it work. Is that something that works for you? Or you ask the questions like, what do you think works for you? So I think you really do a great job in playing to our individual strengths. And just the way you listen and the way you kind of read back our stories, that was like every time we have a call, that's what I think of. And the individual tools that I got out of it, the major one I think was the pick 3 areas of your life you want to work on this week, and on Sunday night schedule things in your planner that you can do to support them, and then looking at that on a daily basis as well. I think with the Sisters Circle calls, how I wound up feeling, well, I felt good about them from the start, but what really kept me engaged was not just getting support from other people, but being able to give that as well. And it's got this we're all in it together vibe about it, and everybody has such different talents and is doing very different things that although that's the case, they're able to support you in what you're doing. Does that make sense? So the way I've been talking about it is we get on the call, there's a number of us, and we each have a certain amount of time to talk about what's going on with us and ask for support in the way we feel we need it at that time, or if we even need support at all. So we each have a time to talk about what's going on with us, but then also have the other people participating reflect back to you, what they think about it, or give you the support that you've asked for, or help you come up with something really unique and fun. So it just kind of goes round robin, and you're able to also get ideas from other people's questions as well. So when another person is talking about something and somebody else chimes in with their perspective on that, it might also apply to you.
Cool. Yeah, I find people don't really get what it is entirely until you're part of it and you experience how powerful it can be, but it's challenging sometimes to explain it to people in a way that they're like, oh, I need that. You know what I mean? Oh, that sounds like something that would really improve my life or whatever.
Almost like a brain trust. right now, but the main thing was realigning my website with my business and with myself, taking it from massage therapy to health coaching, and actually putting offers that people can invest in on there. So kind of getting the business ready to help people and ready for me to work as well. So moving forward, I just see more of that. I see more of that, putting myself out there. I created a video and put it on YouTube. Like, I never would have done that before. That's a completely new thing for me. So there's just been a lot of action and momentum that has been implemented. And like I said, like, it's crossing barriers from business life into my regular life as well. So the people that I've recommended it to are people who are making a life or career transition, who just want to do things a little bit differently or feel more engaged in what they're doing. So I think, like, that's the kind of person, the person who wants to shift or make a change and is not quite sure how to do it or how to figure out if it's the right change for them, or if they know wholeheartedly it's the right change for them, how to make it happen. So what I've learned about being a woman through this program and through this experience with the sisters who have participated is that we are all leaders in our own way, and we're all strong in our own way, and we all have our own like delights we can bring to what we do. And we can do that in a way that doesn't overshadow somebody else. And we can do that in a way that's in support of each other, kind of no matter what field we're in. So I think one thing that I put in the Facebook group, one thing that stands out is being able to be happy for another woman when she has a success. That's something I don't see a lot in other fields. Or even something that's encouraged in other, any other mentorship or peer relationship that I've seen. So being able to have that space to kind of cheer somebody else on, and to feel good about it and not be snarky and just be loving with it, that's been really powerful. To me, being a leader means taking a stand for what you believe in, but it doesn't have to be this, like, I'm taking a stand, I'm here to do this. It can just be the way you live. It could be the way you approach other people. I think being a strong, powerful leader is how you set an example for the other people in your lives just by the way you live. It doesn't have to be through any big event or any big, speech or job title or anything like that. It's just the way you are. And when people see you being strong and authentic and confident in your own, in your own state of being, that I think is being a leader, because that influences people in a positive way. So having Emily as your coach means that you are going to have somebody who listens to what you say, asks you to go even deeper and further, and then supports you in coming a little bit back from that and solving your problem in a way that makes sense. So Emily, in supporting me, has really gone deep with almost no nonsense, because I can come up with a lot of excuses or reasons why something's not possible or why I can't do something, and Emily sees right through that. So one thing that you've really done is, sorry, I'm changing tenses, but that's a pet peeve for a lot of people. So one thing that you've really done is kind of just, cut that off, that train of thought of, oh, well, I can't do this because. You kind of go deeper and ask why, or what would your life look like if you did do that? You give this, you give the conversation a future. You help us think about what it would feel like if we took these action steps we're afraid to take. I think anybody who is a coach should have a coach. Almost like anybody who wants to be a therapist should experience therapy at some point in time. But this is a little bit different in that you have, you know, built your business in such a way that's beautiful and that's effective and that's easy to navigate. Like as a, you know, as a user on this end, everything that's on your website is like stunning and gorgeous and everything's easy to put together. It's, you know, easy to say yes to what you're doing. So as somebody who's coming into coaching, seeing that happen, it's on one hand a little bit intimidating because it's like, oh, how am I going to do that? And then on the other hand, it's like, oh, well, you learn from that person who's doing it. So, and not in like a copycat kind of way, but just in an inspiration kind of way.
Mm-hmm. Like a little behind the scenes peek.
Yeah, like I've never would have been able to figure out Satori or use it if you hadn't suggested it. I would have probably just, you know, I would have just kept my contact form like, hey, if you want to work with me, you know, sign up with this contact form, instead of like, hey, here's what I'm offering you. Go to this webpage. Here's where you can buy it. Or if you want to talk more, here's where you can sign up for a free session. And, you know, get connected that way in a more direct way instead of just this like random little piece on my webpage where it's like, yeah, I mean, if you really want to, I guess, talk about this, I'll, you know, put your stuff here and I'll email you.